Look at the other Wednesday vlogger, AIM. Now look at me. No back to AIM, no back to me. Sadly, I'm not AIM, but I try to make videos that don't suck completely. I have a cup of tea. It's so refreshing. Okay, I got two very interesting questions in the comments to my previous video, but before I get to them, I just want to say two things. One, my voice is better. I can actually talk right now without feeling like I'm about to die. And the other thing is I'm experimenting with a better method of capturing video, and there is a slight chance that the audio might be a bit off, but I hope I manage to fix that before putting the video up. Question number one. Garden Me Lost says, I'd love to see one or two of the male vloggers discuss asexuality from the male perspective, as we seem to be in the minority, or issues we face, or even the general gender stereotypes of over-sexualized males. Well, I am male, and actually I've managed, I'm not sure how, but somehow I've managed to avoid negative consequences of being asexual in a sexualized society. I have friends who somehow are very disinterested in my sex life or lack thereof, and we don't really discuss these topics, and even if they do, I just stay silent and they don't feel a need to press, regardless of whether they know I'm ace or not. I guess I just make friends who are not that interested in sex. But yeah, being male and asexual is not the easiest thing. Of course, being female and asexual is also difficult, but in a different way, because there are double standards. Men and boys are sexualized, they are treated as very sexual and quite aggressive about that, quite aggressive with their sexuality, whereas women and girls are treated as pure and innocent, and there is this whole double standard and weird assumption that the feminist community is battling that women have no sex drives to speak of, and that they never really want sex. Well, I'm not even going to try to say how stupid that is, because I think everyone watching this knows that, yeah, maybe women have smaller libidos. I think they have, I'm not sure. But the myths of women being completely asexual, well, are, of course, false. And because of this double standard, asexual males are more likely to be accused of something being wrong with them, that they have some sort of sexual dysfunction, some sort of problem, because that is very much against the stereotypical image of a male who is supposed to be the conqueror, who is supposed to go out, get as many women as he can. And asexual males, of course, don't do that. This is often seen for teenagers as well, because the teenage males have, I think, more pressure on them than teenage females to have their first or even not first sexual encounters, sexual experiences. And if they don't do that, then there is something wrong with them. They are certainly not heterosexual. They are probably gay, this is the assumption. Even if a person is heterosexual but just not very interested, then there is this assumption I speak of. Southpaw asks, maybe something to do with your society since you're from Poland. It's probably different than how asexuality is in the US. Asexuality in Poland, just like everywhere else, is not very widely known. In fact, it's known to pretty few people. There have been articles, but I don't think it's been really picked up on until rather recently. Recently, there have been some more articles on the internet and in writing, and there were some people on the Polish forums who wanted information for their research, for their papers and thesis and stuff like that. Our community is quite small, a bit over 1,600 people are registered on the forum, but not many of them are regulars. Many of them are just there they just ask a question. Many of them are lurkers. Some have been active in the past, but for some reason or another stopped posting on the forums. And the forums are not very active in a way that would go beyond the forums. What I mean by this is that not much happens in the way of increasing visibility. Polish asexuals don't seem to be particularly interested in doing anything that doesn't require just posting on the Polish division of Avon. Unfortunately, because, well, as you probably know if you watched my previous videos, I think visibility is very important, and I'm pretty sad to see this sort of stagnation in the Polish community, this lack of interest in doing more. But yeah, I don't want to bitch too much about that. Especially since, as I said, there has been some more interest in asexuality in the mainstream media, in scientific students of sociology, of psychology lately. And I hope this is the beginning of a whole trend and not just something that happens once and then goes away. Because yeah, I would love to see more visibility, more asexual visibility in Poland. So yeah, that's it. Only a pretty short and basic video this week, but I am still pretty sick and I would prefer not to do too long a video. Thanks for watching, you are awesome, and stay tuned for next week's topic.